What up, Kevin? What up, YouTube? Hello to the Craft Nation. This is my video response to Kevin's question of why do we hate each other? Why does the black community and the white community still hate each other like they do? Kevin, I'm going to tell you the way I see it, and I think it's closer to the truth than most people will give you. Because it's one of those things that, you got to kind of admit it to yourself first before you could say it out loud, and even then you'd probably stall out in saying it out loud to other people. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to say it. I think the hate exists because most white people are afraid of black people. Straight up. Why? I don't know. I think it goes something like this. When you don't know something, when you don't know about something, you fear it. You're afraid of it automatically. So our not understanding and not knowing the black community, I think, sets up this fear base, right? Well, a natural response to fear is hate. That's what puts you on the defensive. Is that hate? Is you would hate to be mauled by a bear in the woods, right? So it kind of goes to reason that if you're afraid of black people, the automatic response is that you hate them. Not that you know them or don't know them. It's you're afraid of what might happen. All right. That being said, I kind of think that's the reason why this hatred between the blacks and the whites still exists. It's not good. It's kind of silly because it's how do they put that? It's an unreasonable response to a reasonable situation. Yeah? Does that make sense? I hope so. That's the way I look at it. But I understand about the discrimination thing. Let me tell you a quick little story here. When I was 8 years old, I was at the LA airport with my parents, and I don't know if you remember who Nipsey Russell was. We ran into him in the airport, and I used to get a big kick out of Nipsey, man. So I went up to him, scared little white boy. I go up to the guy. I say, "Excuse me, Mr. Russell, can I have your autograph?" And he turns around and he says, "Oh, son, I'd love to, but my shoulder, it's been hurting really badly, and I can't hardly lift my arm." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, it was good to meet you anyway." And I turned and walked away. About 10 feet. When I turned back around, he's signing an autograph for a little black girl. Now tell me that's not discrimination, or that's not racism, or something along that line. I think he was kind of a racist myself. That was my first experience with the black community. Not a real good start. And then here on YouTube, I was over on somebody else's page. I forget who it is now. But I posted a question, and the response I got back from some of the users was basically, "Get the fuck out. We don't want you here." I was like, whoa, man. Excuse the fuck out of me for wanting to learn a little bit about who you are, what your culture is. I'm trying to, expand my horizons a little bit, but I'm being met at the gates with guns. And I don't understand that. My family never owned any slaves. I was born, late 60s. I'm 42 years old, man. I don't have time for that shit. It's ridiculous, really. So anyway, Kevin, that's the way I see it. That's where I'm coming from. I try to maintain an open mind to the whole thing, though. Take it all with a grain of salt. What more can you do, right? that guy, those one or two users, I know they don't represent the whole community, so I don't hold the whole community responsible. But I do know some people that do, based on some bad experiences. A friend of mine, she had her house firebombed by a couple of black kids in her neighborhood, black people in her neighborhood, that they'd had an ongoing rivalry with. And I guess they decided they were going to try some KKK tactics by burning her out of her home. Well, she holds the whole damn community responsible for that. And I can't get her around that. I can't wrap my head around it. To me, she's being stupid and stubborn, and it's unacceptable. And when she's in that mood, I can't be around her. I said, you know what? If you're going to be like that, go home. Because I was watching Louis Farrakhan and a whole bunch of other people, including Reverend Jesse Jackson, talking about what needs to happen in this country now for the black community and for the white community as well. And I mentioned that I felt that like they were right, and she went off on me, and I said, you know what? Go home. I'm not having this. I'm not having this today. I don't need this kind of frustration. If you're going to sit here and you're going to be bougie about the shit, go home. Okay? When you cool down, come back by. But, don't tell me that black people are the ones that are causing the problems here. Because I don't really feel like they're causing the problem so much as the white people are instigating the problem. So it's got to stop on both sides. I think, what was it you said in one of your other videos? Well, anyway, I can't remember now. If I remember, I'll email you with it. But anyway, that's the way I see it, man. I think it's more fear than hate, but hate's a natural response to fear. So I think it's kind of a vicious cycle. Give it another 50 years, maybe it'll calm down. Why there was, some 100 years, 110 years between the freeing of the slaves and the award, I guess you could call it, of civil rights to the African Americans that were here. I don't understand that. And of course, that wasn't all that long ago. That was just back in the 60s. That was, 50 years ago. Give it another 50 years. Maybe the hate will die out. Or at least, trickle down to a low roar. Hey, man, that's the way I see it. Talk to you later, Kevin. Let me know, what you think of this. And later, YouTube. Try to be cool to one another out there. Hey, Kevin, I did have one other question for you, man. Stupid kind of a thing. It's a white guy question to a black guy, but I wanted to know, is the rumor true? I mean, is it really true that all black people can fly?